Now let us see what Maricha did there. Maricha assumed the form of a golden deer. It was not an ordinary deer. It was a golden deer. And that golden deer had legs. Its limbs were full of precious stones, diamonds, rubies, emeralds. That deer went here and there. It went hither and thither just before the eyes of Sita. Sita wanted to have the glimpse of that beautiful, unique deer again and again. Then she went and sat near her husband Ram and said, "My dear Natha, Raghava, I am able to see the deer going here and there. Can you see? Yeah, it is going here. Yeah, check. This is the deer I want. It is very beautiful. I have never seen such a beautiful deer with golden complexion, that too with precious stones in its limbs. Neither have I seen it in my father's place Janakapuri, nor have I seen it in my father-in-law's place Ayodhya. This is something very new. Already our mothers have said that you will get to see unique things in the forest. This is the most unique of all the things that I have witnessed in the forest. Can you please get me this?" Now you have to see what is the difference in attitude between Jagannatha Mahalakshmi, Jagatpita Narayan here. Throughout Ramayanam, you will always see one huge difference. Ram will always be a composed person. When he was given the kingdom of Ayodhya, he accepted, not with great excitement. The next day he was told to go to the forest, abandoning the kingdom which he was supposed to get. He went to the forest without any excitement. Neither was he too happy nor was he too sad. He was composed. You will never find a situation in Ramayanam where Ram takes a very wrong, short-tempered decision. There is no such situation. So is the case with Sita. Had it been somebody else who was the wife of Ram, they would have said, "Ram, your mother has sent you to the forest. Your father has sent you to the forest. You go for 14 years. I will stay back in Ayodhya. I cannot take all the difficulties and hurdles in the forest. I will stay here. It is all very well air conditioned. I will stay here." This could have been the reply of any other lady. But imagine what Sita said. "Wherever you go, that place is Ayodhya for me. Even if I stay in Ayodhya and that is without you, this is not Ayodhya, this is a forest to me. So please take me along with you." So we have seen Ram's character as being very composed, very mature. At the same time, Sita's character also being very composed and very mature. On the other hand, Lakshmana is a very, very short-tempered character in Srimad Ramayanam. If you remember, in Aaranya Kandam, when the parents, that is Dasharatha and Kaikeyi, said to Ram that you will have to go to the forest, Ram came out of their chamber. Appodu alarnda shendamarainai vendradamma is the beautiful description what Kamban gives. When Ram walked inside the chamber, inside the courtroom of Dasharatha and Kaikeyi, Kamban says that Ram's face was like a lotus. When Dasharatha and Kaikeyi informed Ram that he has to go on exile for 14 years, and when Ram walked out of their chamber, his face was not like a lotus. His face was like a newly bloomed lotus. It was even more happier. This is the description what the Tamil poet Kamban gives. Whereas once Lakshmana eavesdropped, he came to know that his brother, his dear brother Ram, was to be sent to the forest. He started abusing Kaikeyi. He started abusing his own father. He started abusing Kaikeyi's son Bharata. Even in Ayodhya Kandam, in the later part, when all the three, Rama, Lakshmana and Sita, they go to the forest, Bharata comes along with the citizens of Ayodhya. Seeing Bharata coming from far, Lakshmana says that this person is coming with an intention to kill you, Ram. So all these instances are just to elucidate the fact that Lakshmana in Srimad Ramayanam is a very, very short-tempered character. But this is one place. In the entire Srimad Ramayanam, if you search, this is one instance where the normally composed and mature Ram and Sita go against their quality. The normally short-tempered Lakshmana goes against his quality. What is the quality of Lakshmana? To be short-tempered, to take hasty decisions. When he has the quality to make hasty decisions, to be short-tempered, this is one place where he is very composed and mature. On the other hand, the normal quality of Ram and Sita is to be composed and mature, but is this place In this particular instance, they go against their quality. What they do is they become very, very materialistic. Because Sita, she was a lady who left the entire kingdom of Ayodhya for Ram. But now, leaving the beauty and the divine qualities of her dear husband Ram, she started falling in love with a golden deer. She said to Ram, that beautiful deer, which is gold in color, has beautiful precious stones in its limbs. Could you please get that for me, Ram? Ram should have said, don't be so materialistic, Sita. You know very well that you are the daughter of Janaka Maharaja. You should not be so materialistic. Rather, you're so materialistic and asking me for a golden deer. He should have said this. Rather, he said, I will go and get it for you. Because he felt he had never bought anything for her after marriage. So he wanted to get something for her. She felt that she wanted something because she had never asked anything after marriage. But now Lakshmana was surprised by the attitude of both these people. By Jagannatha and Jagat Pita. She is asking for a golden deer. He is saying, I will go get the golden deer. But then Lakshmana said to Ram and Sita, Mata, Pita, please see that particular deer. Have you ever seen a golden deer throughout your life? I have never seen. I have stayed in an ashramam. I was with Kulaguru Vasishta. Hey Ram, do you remember ever seeing a golden deer in the forest? That too with precious stones in its limbs? I have never seen. And I know very well that both of you have never seen. Please know that this is the Maya. This is the illusion created by some particular demon, because the Karadushanadi Yuddham is over just now. So some person could have intimated some bigger demon and they could have come in the form of a deer. So why are you people falling prey to this illusion of a demon? And he also said, hey Ram, look at this particular deer. Aren't you finding some unique quality about it? Ram said to Sita, what is Lakshmana talking about? I am able to see that the deer is gold in color. It has precious stones. What else can I see? Lakshmana said, hey Ram, all the deers in the forest are coming near to this golden deer. Once they smell, generally if you see the behavior, the normal animal behavior, take the example of dogs. Dogs are the only creatures that we can find in every street, in every locality of India. So if you see, there is a new dog which has come to a particular locality. Those dogs which have already got a rent control act and who have been living in that particular locality will go check this new entry. What they will do is they'll go near that new dog and they will start smelling the dog. We don't smell. If some new guest comes to our house, we don't start smelling him because this is human behavior. We start talking. Dogs can't talk. Cats can't talk. So they start smelling the new entry. Likewise, Lakshmana pointed out the fact that all the deers which had already been living in this forest started smelling this new entry, which was the golden deer. And once they started smelling, had this golden deer belonged to their category, to their species, they would have taken this particular deer also into their troop. They would have accepted this new entry. But what all the other deers did was, they smelt this particular new golden deer, but once they started smelling, they had some unique feeling and they all started running away. So Lakshmana pointed out this unique characteristic. He told Ram, is this right? All the deers are running from this particular golden deer. That means this golden deer is not actually a deer. Samudrikshya cha sarve tam mrigaye vanecharaha upagamya samagraya vidravanti dishodasha. Dishodasha. They are all running in 10 different directions. That means this is not a normal deer, hey Ram. Now we have to compare this with a beautiful incident. Swami Vedanta Deshika explains this in comparison with another incident. In Srimad Bhagavatam, this has been given a clean elucidation. Bhagavan took the incarnation of Varaha. It was the wild boar incarnation. When Hiranyaksha, the brother of Hiranyakashipu, took the form of a Rakshasa and placed this Bhumi, Mother Earth, inside the Pralaya Samudram. At that point of time, Bhuma Devi requested and prayed to her husband, Bhagavan, Sriman Narayan, to come and rescue her. He immediately took the form of a wild boar, Varaham, and with those two trunks, with those two tusks, he took that particular bhumi which was put inside the Pralaya Samudram. Prior to that, how did this avataram take place? When all the devas came and prayed on behalf of Bhumi Devi, that Hiranyaksha had placed Bhumi Devi in the Pralaya Samudram, that time, due to the sankalpam of Bhagavan took the form of a small little boar, wild boar, that fell from the nostrils of Brahma. And once it fell down from the nostrils of Brahma, that little boar started becoming huge. And when that boar started becoming huge and started going in the marshes, generally pigs don't walk in water, neither do they walk in the sand. They walk in the clay. Clay is a mixture of water and fine sand. So you will generally find pigs going in the marshes. So this pig started walking in the marshes. This Varaham, this Bhagavan started walking. He is actually Bhagavan. He had just incarnated as Varaham. But all the real boars, all the real Varaham in this world started forming a circle around this particular Varaham, that is Bhagavan. They all started smelling Bhagavan, it seems. Actually, it was not a Varaham, it was Bhagavan. Bhagavan had incarnated as a boar. Now, all these pigs should have started running in all 10 different directions, like how these deers were running away from Maricha. But they did not do that. They all started hugging Bhagavan, because all these boars thought that this was a real boar. They did not know that it was Bhagavan. Why did they not know? Because Bhagavan, when he assumes a particular incarnation, when he takes a particular incarnation, he does not have the prestige that he is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He does not have the false prestige that he is the creator, protector, destroyer of the entire universe. All that he has is that I am also a part of the creation. Though he is not a part of the creation, he is the creator's creator. He is Brahma's creator. But he thinks that he is also a creation. He does not have that little false prestige also. That is why during Varaha Avataram, all the pigs in this world thought that this pig, Bhagavan, was a one who belonged to their category. Whereas Maricha, though he had assumed the form of a deer, he thought that he was much more intelligent than the deer. So he did not inbuild the traits, the qualities of a deer. That is why all the deer started running away from Maricha. So Lakshmana pointed out to this fact and said to Bhagavan, "Is this right? Please don't go behind this particular deer." But Ram said, "Lakshmana, you do not know anything about this. My wife Sita has asked me for something. This is the first time, and I say that please don't have interest in all these materialistic desires. Do yogam, do tapam. She'll leave and go. So it is my duty as a husband to get this deer for her." Kamban brings out this particular incident where Lakshmana as a brother advised, gave a perfect advice, whereas Bhagavan did not accept. மந்திரத்து இளையோன் சொன்னவாய் மொழி மனத்தில் கொள்ளான் சந்திரர்க்கு உவமை சான்ற வதனந்தாள் சலத்தை நோக்கி சிந்துர பவளச் செவ்வாய் முறுவல் சிகரச் சேவி சுந்தரத் தோழினான் அம்மா நினைத் தொடரலுற்றான். He started following that deer, it seems. He started running behind the deer. The deer started running at a faster speed. Then Bhagavan started running faster. It picked up more pace. When it picked up more pace, Bhagavan started picking up more pace. So likewise they ran for hundreds of kilometers. This place where Sita, Ram and Lakshmana lived is Nasik. We have already seen Shurpanaka came there. There it was an ashram called as Panchavati. It still exists even today. This is in Maharashtra, which is very close to Mumbai, that is Bombay. Whereas if you go down in Karnataka, there is one place, there is a village which is named after how this particular Maricha was killed. So Maricha ran for hundreds of kilometers and Ram was also running behind Maricha for hundreds of kilometers. Both of them ran very well. Now we have to see what was the drishyam on the other side. Sita was getting more tensed. She wanted one deer. She never knew that a deer can run so fast, and Bhagavan started following and he could not bring that deer in a few minutes. So she was getting tensed. And on the other side, Ram then thought, I wanted to take this deer in a proper position, in a proper situation. It should be alive. But now since it's running so fast, I have no other option but to shoot an arrow at this particular deer. He shot an arrow. Now when Maricha got that arrow, he received that arrow, he started crying in pain. He should have said, Ha Rama, Ha Rama. But what he did was, he wanted to fulfill his duty for Ravana. So he cried out in a false voice. What was the false voice? He cried out in the voice of Ram. And what were the words he cried? Ha Sita, Ha Lakshmana. Sita and Lakshmana, come and protect me. In whose voice? In Ram's voice. Sita did not know anything about this. All that she could hear was her husband Ram's voice, which said, Ha Sita, Ha Lakshmana. So she thought that her husband has been caught in a very bad situation. So she thought that Lakshmana should go and rescue her husband Ram. Because Maricha cried out, Saprapta kalamagnyaya chakara cha tataswanam sadrisham raghavasyeva ha site lakshmaneti cha ha site ha Lakshmana. When Maricha cried out, Sita thought that Ram has been caught. So Lakshmana should go and rescue her husband Ram. So Sita told Lakshmana, Hey Lakshmana, as a brother it is the right time, it is the apt time to go and protect Ram. He is crying out in pain. He is crying out in agony. Please go and protect him. Lakshmana was composed and mature. He said, Mata, is this you who's talking? Do you ever know that Ram, nothing can even happen to Ram? Do you know that he has the blessings of all great rishis and sannyasis? Do you ever know that he has the knowledge of archery in all Astra Shastram? Do you know that he is the supreme personality of Godhead? Despite knowing all this, you are acting like a normal lady saying that go and protect my husband. He is the one who has been protecting the entire world. Who can protect him? Sita said, I do not want all this lecture. Please have some other day, some other time to give me this philosophical lecture. I will listen. But as a wife, I am getting tensed and you are still giving me some philosophical lecture. Go and protect your brother Ram. Lakshmana said, he has learnt archery from Kulaguru Vasishtha. He knows how to defend himself. He also knows how to protect us. So it won't be right for me to go and protect my brother leaving you away. This is not Ayodhya. Neither is this Janakapuri Mata. This is forest. This is Dandakaranyam. It is filled with demons. It is filled with ferocious animals and poisonous snakes. How can I leave you and go? Sita said, don't think that you people only know archery. Even I know how to protect myself and I know how to protect my husband. But despite me saying that you should go and protect your brother, you're not going. And you're saying that I need protection. I will better take the arrow and I'll take the quiver of arrows and I will go. You stay in this ashramam. Lakshmana said, your husband will be back in some more time. Why are you getting so panic stricken? Please don't get afraid, Mata. Nothing will happen. Now Sita, whom Lakshmana treated as a mother throughout his life, to whom Lakshmana did all kainkaryam, to whom Lakshmana did all service throughout his life, now told those words, told those harsh words which are never to be spoken by a great lady like Sita, that too to a great devotee like Lakshmana. I am informing to all the people who have gathered here, please remember this situation. If you remember this situation, it will be very easy for me to explain Agni Pariksha, which is the most important thing that happens prior to Pattabhishekam in Yuddha Kandam. If you forget whatever I have said now, it will be very difficult to understand Agni Pariksha of Sita, because Sita spoke harsh words against Lakshmana. She said, Hey Lakshmana, I can understand one thing now. You have come along with me and my husband to the forest not to serve. You were waiting for a situation where you could push this great husband of mine Ram towards the deep forest, the dense forest, towards the ferocious animals, and you wanted to acquire me, Lakshmana. You wanted to have me. You wanted to have me as your wife. It is for this reason that you are not going to rescue your dear brother Ram, my dear husband Ram, despite me giving a request to you, pleading to you, hey Lakshmana, please go and protect my husband. You are not going because you have an intention to acquire me. When she spoke these harsh words, Lakshmana could not accept it. He said, Mata, I have always thought you to be my mother. Every minute, every second, I don't think about Sumitra. This Saumitraha, this son of Sumitra, only thinks Sita as his mother, as Ram as his father. You know very well the message and the parting message what I gave through Sumantra to my father. Pita, Bhrata, Cha, Mama Raghavaha. Everything is Raghava for me. He is my father. You are my mother. But now you have said words which I can never digest, Mata. Every minute I want to do service to you, but you have again and again saying that I wanted to acquire you. How can you get this thought, Mata? I will go. I will surely go and protect my brother. Nothing would have happened to him. But Mata, how can I even look at your face from now on? After having heard such harsh words, Mata, please don't ever think that I ever wanted to acquire you, Mata. How can you get this thought? But I will go and protect my mother. All the demigods and gods of the forest, please listen to my requests. I am leaving away my dear Mata Sita to your protection. You will have to protect her, so that all the ferocious animals and the poisonous snakes and the ferocious and the most poisonous demons don't attack her. They should not attack her. All the gods and demigods of the forest, Vanadevataha, please protect my mother Sita. Please do protect her. Hey Mata, as per your command, I will go and protect your dear husband and my dear brother Ram. Avadhya samare Ramo naivam tvam vaktumarhasi natvamasmin vane hatum utsahe raghavam vina gacchami yatra kakutstha swasti testu varanane rakshantu tvam visalakshi samagra vanadevata. When he said this, there were tears which were coming like waterfalls over his cheeks. He could still not digest the fact what Sita said. Sita had said, Saumitre mitra rupena bhratustvam shatruvat yastvasyam avasyayam bhrataram nabhipadhyase ichhasi tvam vinashyantam Ramam Lakshmana matkrite lobhatu matkrite nunam nanu gacchasi raghavam. While Lakshmana went to rescue his brother Ram, on the other hand, Ravana was quietly, secretly watching as to what was happening near the hermitage of Ram and Sita. Once Lakshmana left, here when I say that Lakshmana had left, there is one slight difference. Tulsidas makes a creation. He has an illusion in this particular Ramacharita Manas. He sees to it that Lakshmana draws a particular line called as Lakshman Rekha. These days, whether Lakshman Rekha is happening to protect Sita or not, it is protecting the houses from cockroaches. So this Lakshman Rekha is what Tulsidas has said in his Ramacharita Manas. We don't have any such Lakshman Rekha or Ram Rekha in Srimad Ramayanam, in Valmiki Ramayanam. So I am following whatever Valmiki has said, though I am including the versions of the Tamil poet Kamban and Tulsidas in Hindi. The base is Srimad Ramayanam of Valmiki. So Ravana quietly observes and he comes near the hermitage. How did he come? He did not come with the 10 heads he had. He did not come with his Kavachakundalam, with his Kiritam, but he took the form of a sannyasi. We have seen for the past 20-25 years in the news articles that a lot of people who want to take the religion's name and want to play with the people's sensibilities and sensitivities, what they do is they take the form of a priest or a sannyasi, and they have started duping the people. So where do these people of the past 20-25 years get an idea from? They have all got it from Ravana, because Ravana was the pioneer to such a creation, to that innovation. He wanted to abduct Sita. He could have taken any other form, but he took the form of a sannyasi. But these days, if all these people who have been duping the common people by saying that I will do this, I will do that, which is very wrong, they will all surely suffer someday or the other. Because what you are doing is not, you are not trying to make your own creation, but you are trying to bring some kind of a kalankam. You are trying to create a huge black spot on the religion. Because as such, Sanatana Dharmam, or which is commonly called as Hinduism, is viewed by the entire world as a very peaceful and a very liberal religion. Whereas if people like them take to their hands and they start duping the people, what finally happens is people lose their belief and confidence not on that particular person who has cheated them, but they finally lose confidence, trust and vishwasam on Sanatana Dharmam itself, which is very wrong. Hence, we people, we common people, we should have an Acharya. Undoubtedly, there is Bhagavan, there is Bhagavati, that is there is Srimad Narayan, there is Lakshmi. They constitute the divine couple. We have them. But we need an Acharya also. An Acharya is equivalently important, because in this world, in Kali Yugam, we are all filled with ignorance, Ajnanam. To remove that Ajnanam, we need someone who has Jnanam. And that someone who has Jnanam should use a beautiful stick of collyrium, the collyrium brush, and should remove ignorance from our eyes. Ajnana timirandhasya jnananjana shalakaya chakshurunmilitam yena tasmai shri gurave namaha. All our shlokas, all our prabandhas, all our itihasas and puranas praise the importance of Guru. Undoubtedly, everyone needs a Guru or an Acharya. But who should come as an Acharya is one important question. We cannot take any Tom, Dick or Harry as an Acharya. An Acharya cannot be someone who has suddenly sprung up saying that I do this miracle, I do that miracle. First of all, we should lose that confidence. We should have that mentality of going behind an Acharya, not because he is doing miracles. These days what has happened is this particular Swamiji is bringing out something from his mouth. This particular Swamiji faints before 100 people. This particular Swamiji gets blood from his ears. All these are not the characteristics how an Acharya should be. Adi Shankaracharya or Bhagavad Ramanujacharya or Madhvacharya, they did not do such miracles. They did not get something out of their mouth. They did not get something out of their hands. They did not do all these magician tricks. There are all magicians in this world, let them do their profession. But an Acharya is one who should spiritually guide their students. He should not do such magic tricks and dupe the people. And people should also have an idea whom to select as an Acharya. Swami Vedanta Deshika, who is one of the foremost Acharyas who lived during the 12th century, 12th to 13th century after Ramanuja's period, was a great Sishya of Ramanuja. Though Ramanuja was not really linked to Vedanta Deshika, Vedanta Deshika's Manasika Acharya was Bhagavad Ramanujacharya. They were all people who did not want money in their life. They were all people who did not believe in miracles. They were all people who believed in two things: Bhakti, that is devotion, and Jnanam, which is knowledge. They all wanted Jnanam. At the same time, they wanted to exhibit Bhakti. Swami Vedanta Deshika, from his life history, there is one beautiful incident. The people in his locality, in his area, thought that Swami Vedanta Deshika was a person who was acting, because Swami Deshika was a very learned person, a great scholar, but he used to wear only torn dhotis. He never had proper silk clothes. He did not buy Kanchipuram silk and all that, Benares silk and all that. He had only torn clothes. So the people in his locality wanted to test his Vairagyam. What they did was, every day a Brahmin used to go outside the householder's house, and they used to say, Bhavati Bhikshan Dehi, give me whatever little you can. So the lady from that house will come and give some rice. So one day what happened, in a particular house, they mixed gold coins along with this rice and they gave it to this Acharya. This Acharya, when he went back to his house, he had to give the rice, whatever he had collected for the day, to his wife to cook. when the wife brought the gold coins from that particular bowl, whatever he had got, this Acharya, what he had done is, he said, please throw them away. They were all worms. They are all worms. Don't touch them. Just take the rice and cook them. Just throw all these coins. He did not even regard those gold coins as gold coins. He thought all those gold coins were like worms. Because in Srimad Bhagavatam, King Parikshit, who was the grandson to Arjuna. Arjuna's son was Abhimanyu. Abhimanyu's son was Parikshit. Parikshit met a particular dark person on a buffalo on the way to the forest. This person said, I am the Kali Purusha. I will be in Kali Yuga. I need some place where I could rest. Parikshit said, I will give you 5 places. This person was not satisfied with 5 places. He asked for the 6th. Then Parikshit asked, where do you want to stay? Kali Purusha said, I will stay in a place where there is gold. So wherever gold is, there Kali Purusha stays. Swami Deshika was such a Vairagya Shikhamani that he never even regarded gold as gold. All he wanted was the grace of Lakshmi and Narayan. So all our Acharyas have lived that way. We should all go to the right tradition. That lineage of Acharyas should be correct. For example, in Ramanuja tradition, the first Acharya is Lakshmi Nathaha, that is Bhagavan and Bhagavati. Lakshmi and Narayan, followed by Lakshmi, and then Vishwaksena. Then after Vishwaksena we have Shatakopaha, who is Nammalvar, and after that you have Nathamuni. After Nathamuni you have got Periyanambi. After Periyanambi you have got Bhagavad Ramanuja. Then you have Vedanta Deshika, and till date we have got that unbroken chain of Acharyas. This is how we should take refuge in. We should not go to some Acharya who has sprung one day all of a sudden saying that I will do this, I will do that. None of the Acharyas can do anything that like anything this. All that they can do is to bring the grace of God to us. So this Ravana, disguised in the form of an Acharya, he took the form of a sannyasi, the form of a sannyasi, the form of a sannyasi.